Virat Kohli, when he's on the field, you have this, fans coming onto the ground, and Mayanti the same, two very popular figures in Indian cricket.
He's my son. I don't know if he's my fan, but either way. On that note, let's take a breather as we look ahead to what would be a really extraordinary day. We'll be right back with more.
It's India who win the T20 World Cup after 17 years.
How does it feel? What's his moment like, Rohit? Let's look.
The wicket-taking intent. A positive intent in trying to attack him, even though he's the man to try and get the runs. What a shot that is. Absolutely magnificent. Just plants him on the embankment. Around. That's out. A full toss and has missed it.
We've got bright sunshine. That's good news at the moment. Oh, that's gone past the inside edge. That's top bowling. Oh, the big shot from Pakistan. He is on the move then. He wasn't settled record as he played that.
Pitching outside impact in line and wicket sitting.
Dazorzi gone. LBW. Rickleton gone. LBW. Stubbs gone. Ditto. Attacking the stumps on a really good length and asking all the right questions.
Hello everybody and thanks for joining us. We are set for what should be a fascinating morning, day 4 of this intriguing first test match between South Africa and Pakistan, because this is going to be really special. First up, of course, South Africa work to do. Pakistan outstanding last night. Oh, that's pretty straight, yeah, they like that, Pakistan, and that finger has gone up. Now, Temba is having a chat. He said, I'm going upstairs straight away.
We'll hit the bat first. Need to change our decision.
I think that's exactly the right call. The deviation, even though Spikes was there as one grouping and it was a little bit longer, the deviation was clearly there.
Shots of catching. Oh! Wow! That is so close.
Bullseye. Abbas strikes, and it's the wicket that they wanted. Aiden Markram.
Yeah, that is how we've got here. Now, a few things as you look, then I suppose important to look at what's happened in the session, but also where the test match stands. And as you look at things, 32 runs to get, but it just looked like it was plain sailing. Now, Sean, in the South Africa change room, try and be in there for us and try and sort of start at the beginning of the day, go through an hour and an hour and a half, because that's how long it was, wasn't it? Where it seemed the ship was steady.
Yeah, I think initially, Palmer, they would have been really happy with the performance of Markram and Bavuma. Everything looked settled, and Markram was kind of the anchor who they were batting around. He looked so composed, he looked so comfortable at the crease. I think for me now, I mean, I was looking or thinking back to 1997, we had to defend 145. And I can remember we had them maybe 6 or 7 down at lunch. And you go into that lunch break, and the last thing you want to do is eat. The last thing you want to be is in the dressing room. You just want to get back out there, because it's going to happen out there. The result's going to present itself, and you want to get the job done. And the longer you sit there, the more nervous you get about what has to happen after this lunch break. So I think they've got to say to those two batters, both of them naturally aggressive, say, listen, if you recognize something, go after it. Let's try and hit some boundaries. Play your natural game. If you try and stick around on that surface, a bus is going to ask questions. Shazad's probably going to be the one they come to as well. I think you'll get yourself into trouble. So I think those two have to play naturally. I love the intensity KG came out with. I think if he batted more like that on a permanent basis, but he looked like he was engaged. He was like, I'm in this contest to try and win it. So I'm looking forward to what they do, but I'd say go back yourselves. It's not your job. It's not your fault that you're in this situation, but we believe that you can get the job done for us.
Get into your own change room, please. Ramiz Bhai. And
more
tell
of
us,
the same. More of the same.
But what would be said? Would there be words? Would everyone be quiet? Would it be a case of a need for more inspiration, a need to keep people focused? What happens? What will Shan Masood be doing?
I think they need to have a quiet period now, because we're out there with a lot of intensity. So you've got to show that intensity on the field, and they've done the job. Now just 2 strikes away from winning this contest, and what a famous win it will be. So what they need to do is to maybe relax a little bit and unwind and not think about what could happen. Because more of the same, just get them together 2 minutes before going out there. Tell them that, look, we are on the cusp of something brilliant, historic. We've not done that before. And a win here after 18 years, or something like that. And so, I mean, we fought extremely hard. So let's go out there and do the same. I mean, Pakistan needn't change the gear at all. 3 slips, same field, same length, more of Abbas, maybe more of Naseem Shah.
We were having a chat the other day, and Rami was saying, Pakistanis, we can be emotional at times. They've got to try and take the emotion out of this. They need to assess the 2 people at the crease and know that they want to be positive, they want to get bat and ball. So it's even simpler, the game plan that they have to stick to. As you say, just keep getting it through to Rizwan. Hit that area, enough's happening there, and just make sure you've got the right fielders in the right place so that there's not quick boundaries. And the longer it takes, you do feel that South Africa will present them with a chance at some stage.
Do you reckon, and go back in your careers, both of you, before an historic occurrence, do you recognize it or do you not? So, like here, lunch kind of allows you a review, but you were talking about defending 145 or whatever it was. Is there a recognition that, hey, we're onto something here?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the catchphrase in that 97 tour is, this is the first time we've had an opportunity to win a test series in Pakistan. So continuously, the first test was a draw, second test was washed out. So continuously over that 3-week, 4-week period, there's discussion about, come on, we can make some history here. So when you're presented with a chance, when going to defend 145, we thought, well, we've got nothing to lose. But then you pick up 5 or 6 wickets and you think, oh, we actually should win this now.
Everything to gain, yeah.
Yeah, that's when the emotion starts to hit home. And that's where you need some strong leadership out there. I mean, you need guys to say, come on, just stay calm. It's going to unfold. We've got time. We have to do the basics. But it's easier said than done.
Okay. I think a little bit more about situations like this. Rear guard, because at the start of the day it was Pakistan rear guard, and now South Africa, from a position of strength, now also must come from a sort of rear guard when it's looking most unlikely. And sometimes it still does happen for the South Africans out there, or those of a South African inclination, that'll give them hope. For Pakistanis, they'll be going, no, unlikely, it'll